Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and I'm gonna be your host for this reading vlog. I know I said that I was not good at making reading vlogs, but I enjoy making them, so we're just gonna continue. And the book I'm gonna be reading is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, which is the 15th? 16th? Yeah, it's the new installment in the Shadowhunter Word. This follows the children of characters that we've already seen in the Infinite Devices, and the reason I have waited 3 months to pick up this book is because I wanted to reread the Infinite Devices before starting Chain of Gold. And last night I finished reading for the second time Clockwork Princess, so now is the time to pick this book up. I'm not gonna explain what the Shadowhunter Word is because I already struggle to explain the plot of one book, so could you imagine how difficult it would be to explain the plot of 14 books, 15 books? I don't know how many there are. Also, this video is going to be full of spoilers. There's going to be spoilers for Chain of Gold, there's going to be spoilers for The Molten Instrument, the Infinite Devices, and The Dark Artifices, because yeah, I would find it really hard to restrain myself from talking about those other books. I know very little about this book. I was not spoiled for a lot of things. I was spoiled for like 3 things. One of them is Cordelia and James are gonna kiss in a library. I don't know how it happens, I just know it does because I've seen that fan art way too many times. Cordelia is gonna be engaged to someone who is not James by the end of the book. And there's a guy named Alistair, and at first he's obnoxious, but I think he kind of grows on people. So, also I know there's a love triangle, which I just don't like that trope very, very much. So, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let's get to reading. You've written a lot of books when all the books you've written can no longer be contained on this page. Okay. I am begging, Cassandra Clare, I'm begging, please do not give us another love triangle with 2 parabatai in it. Please. Please don't make Matthew fall in love with Cordelia. Okay, I think it's too early to say anything, but remember what I said last night? So basically like 10 seconds ago for you? I take it back. I'm fine if Matthew and Cordelia fall in love. I'm okay with that. Also, so my theory is that Grace Blackthorne was like prepped by her mother to break James' heart. And my question is, I've read that book a long time ago, but isn't that the plot of Great Expectation by Charles Dickens? Isn't that like the story between Peep and Estrella? So I'm currently on page 127 and I'm really loving it. I had forgotten what it was like to start a new Shadowhunter trilogy with a new cast of characters and everything. I'm just really into it. I just find all of the characters super interesting. I think Anna is my favorite character because she's just so badass and so cool, and every time she's on page I'm like, I'm also super intrigued by Matthew. I'm just really intrigued by his character. Grace Blackthorne, we don't trust her at all. Like, I know she's up to no good. Also, does she have like power or something? Is she like a fairy? Can she like cast a spell on James? And is this why all of his memories are foggy around her? I don't know, but you know, it's just, I love it. It's just full of possibilities, and yeah, I love it. I really enjoy it. Malcolm Fade. Oh, we can't trust that bitch. Wait, because I might have read this wrong. Is Matthew in love with Lucy? But isn't Lucy in love, well, intrigued in Jesse? I should just read. I don't know who I'm supposed to ship. I'm confused. Maybe I don't want Matthew and Cordelia to be together. Okay, I've made a decision. From now on, I will only be shipping those characters with happiness. And this is the first book in a trilogy, so that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Oh, and also Toma and Alistair. Because why not? I wanted to give a quick update on my reading of Chain of Gold. I'm now on page 250. I'm still loving it and really enjoying it. The feeling I get when I read a Shadowhunter book is kind of like the feeling of going home. So obviously I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving the characters, as I mentioned previously, and I'm really enjoying the pace of this book. I like that we get to see little snippets from the past in between chapters. I think that's very interesting, and it really adds to, well, the characters and the story. What else? I really love the relationship between all of those characters, because there's so many characters and there's so many relationships, and they're all different and unique, and that feels very realistic, which is weird in a book about demons and Shadowhunters. I'm also really enjoying the chaotic energy of James, Matthew, Christopher, and Thomas. I really like those dumbasses together. I can also already tell that for me, this is a stronger first book in a trilogy than Lady Midnight. Because for me, Lady Midnight was much slower and it took me a while to get into it. Whereas this one, I read like 30 pages and I was like, okay, I'm sold. Oh, also, remember when I said, I know 3 things about this book? Okay, I think like 2 of those things were wrong. I think the only thing I got right was that Alistair is obnoxious, but he's gonna grow on us. I think that's the only one that I was right about, which is a lesson for all of us. Don't read spoilers when you don't have the context. Context is key. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't have a lot of theories or whatever. Well, I have a couple of theories, but usually at night where my mind is like racing. I'm just enjoying the ride. So Alistair has a broken heart, and that makes me very sad, even though he has been kind of a dick since the beginning. Remember when I said we should not trust Grace? Jeez, what's wrong with this girl? Also, can someone set Tatiana on fire just so we can get this over with? But you know what? Now that Grace is off doing God knows what, we can finally focus on the more interesting characters. And by interesting, I mean those I love, because I don't like Grace. But I'm sure Cassandra Clare will find a way to make me care for her in some way. You know what? I thought we had avoided the love triangle between James, Matthew, and Cordelia. But actually, maybe not. Is the Arendelle motto, I would like to sacrifice myself every single time? Because I kind of see a pattern here. Grace just put the bracelet back on James. Can she fucking go to hell? Please. Every time she arrives, it's to fuck things up. Arendelle's fucked up love lives since 1870. Remember when I said, I know Cordelia is going to be engaged to someone who is not James? So it turned out I was wrong. What the fuck? What is going on? Okay, so I finished Chain of Gold. I don't know why I was hoping for like a happy end, because it's like it's definitely not. I'm gonna do a full debrief tomorrow because it's pretty late, but if I forgot, I think Jessie is Belial's anchor. That's it. What if Jessie is playing with Lucy's feelings? What if Matthew is never happy? How am I gonna be able to wait until next March? Don't let the weirdest lightning confuse you. It's like 30 degrees right now in Paris, and I think we're all gonna melt. So last night I finished Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. So I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm pretty biased when it comes to Shadowhunters books because I just really, I almost love them all. So yeah, I really loved it. I thought the pacing was really well done, which I think I already mentioned previously, but yeah, sometimes the first book in a Cassandra Clare trilogy can be a little slow. This one didn't feel slow, so this was good. And even though there were so many new characters, I mean, even if you've read the novellas, you might not remember them all. I still didn't get confused or anything. Like, it was kind of, I don't want to say easy, but yeah, you know who they are. I find it very impressive because there's so many characters in the Shadowhunter world, and she still has the ability to create new characters that will surprise me. So yeah, definitely enjoyed that. The plot was interesting. I thought like the final fight was a bit, I don't want to say easy, but yeah, it definitely felt like something bigger was coming because it was like, there's no way they already defeated a demon. Like, it's not, I mean, no. Also, Tatiana Blackthorne, kind of saw it come in. I mean, she was a bitch since page like 1, so I was like, yeah, sure. You're the one who fucked up, that makes sense. Now let's get to the juicy part. Who do I ship? Because I know at some point I said, I'm only gonna ship those characters with happiness, but that's not gonna work out. So, who do I ship? I mean, James and Cordelia, I feel like it's pretty much a given. Like, I kind of have the feeling that you have to ship them. I mean, not you have to, but like, it's kind of obvious. Lucy and Jesse, I don't know, because I'm thinking he might be playing her. So I'm a little bit afraid about this. Matthew, I ship Matthew and Happiness, but I have the feeling it's not gonna arrive anytime soon. So he makes me really sad. Who else? Alistair and Thomas, totally ship them. I know Alistair is a dumbass, but like at the ending when Matthew like screams at Alistair, I felt so bad for Alistair. I was like, he was trying to make friends, but he's a dumbass about it. And a bit of a jerk. But yeah, I ship them, but I got a feeling that it's gonna be difficult. Anna and Ariane, I don't know how you say her name. I'm gonna write it somewhere. But I ship those two as well. Like the ending scene when they're in the drawing room or whatever, I was like, so cute. Oh, I was also very happy to see Magnus Bane saying something like, maybe I should stay a little longer, because I was like, yes, please, we need someone who knows what they're doing, because so far, they don't. So yeah, overall, this was super fun. I know a lot of people said you could start by Lady Midnight if you had never read the Shadowhunters series. I don't think you can do that with this one, because if you miss all the references, and I don't think the read would be as enjoyable as it could be if you read all the previous books, which I know is a lot. But it was still a very strong installment. It was super fun. I think for me it's a better first installment than Lady Midnight. I also think it's a better one than, what was the first one? Clockwork Angel? I think it's also a better one than Clockwork Angel, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Enfilade Devices. I know it's not a popular opinion, but it's just not my favorite trilogy. So yeah, it's definitely, for me, it's a very strong start in this new trilogy, and I'm excited to read more about it. Oh yeah, the wedding. I'm sorry, maybe I should just like mention that briefly before ending this video. James and Cordelia are getting married, and it's a fake wedding, but they're both in love with each other. So yeah, I think they're gonna announce the cover for the second one at the end of this month, so I'm really excited about this. And yeah, honestly, it was so much fun, and like I had such a good time reading this, so yeah, can't wait to read the next one. I guess that's it. If you've read Chain of Gold, let me know what you thought about it, and if you haven't, What are you doing here? Why did you spend so much time watching me gushing about characters you don't care about? I hope you enjoyed this video or not, and I guess I will see you when I will see you. Okay, just last thing, and then this video is over. You know when I say I ship those person with those person? Okay, Grace and Charles, I ship them with hell.